some slightly erratic form since the last episode, but we have entered the transfer window and there has been a few changes that have been made to the squad already. Like we say, some very mixed form since the last episode. We finished with a 2-0 loss to Manchester City. We followed that up with a 1-0 win against Middlesbrough, Salim Gerrard getting his first goal of the season. Angelo continued his goal scoring form, but we couldn't get the win. We were held to a 1-1 draw at home to Leicester before we lost away at Wolves. But then we kicked off our FA Cup run with a 1-0 win away at Luton, Leo Sawyer getting a goal in that game. Then Jordan Ross appears to have hopefully found his shooting boots. He got 2 goals in a 2-0 win against Nottingham Forest. But most recently, Leeds United are the team who are next to us in the division, and they managed to sneak a 2-1 win against us. It leaves us 14th in the Premier League, but a win today in our game in hand could take us up to 11th place. That's going to be against Manchester United. But looking at our recent form against Manchester United, we have reason to be hopeful that we can get a good result. We've won the last 3 matches that we have had against them. So if we can carry on that run of form today, that would be excellent. That's going to be followed by our FA Cup 4th round fixture against Exeter, so expect to see a changed lineup for that game. There is some players that won't be featuring in that match though. The first is Jarrell Kwanzaa. He has joined Watford in a £10.75 million deal. Ultimately was a good player for us, but hadn't got into the team this season, and I felt moving him on was best for him at this stage of his career, a chance to get regular first team football again. And we have players who can easily slot into his position. The other first team regular to leave is Marcus Wiseman. Ultimately, he hasn't really kicked it off at Stockport. 38 appearances, only 1 goal. And I think it's safe to say the experiment didn't work with him. He was our first record transfer. We managed to make a little bit of a profit on him, £1 million. But hopefully, with that move, like we say, he can go on, kick on and have a good career. They've been joined by Lee Smith. He's gone out on loan to Burton. I feel he can be a good player for us, but realistically needs some first team football to just develop that a little bit more before he can come in and compete with our squad. And then Akeem Chandler has joined Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think this guy has a future at the club, so he is joined until the end of the season and he's out of contract at that point, so I don't think we'll be seeing much more of him. We have brought a couple of players in though to replace those that have left. Leighton Corrigan has come in to replace Kwanzaa, but equally he can play that defensive midfield and central midfield role. So just his versatility will be really good for us, so I expect to see him getting a lot of football for us. He has been signed for £14.5 million from Everton. He's also been joined by Stephen Whittle. This deal is a little bit cheaper, but I think we've found ourselves a bit of a bargain here. He's been wanted by a host of Premier League clubs. We've managed to win the race. He's worth £29 to £35 million now, 25 years old. We managed to snap him up for £3 million. He's been playing for Millwall all his career. He's been playing in League One this year, so it will take him a little bit of time to adapt to Premier League football, but we're hopeful that he can become a good player for us. Both of the new guys will be in the squad today, but both of them starting on the bench. Whittle is the only one who has come on and made his debut so far, but I do expect Corrigan to get a lot of football, as we were saying. Bazunu begins in goal. Barley got the winning goal in this fixture last time out, so hopefully he can continue that run of form. He is in the team today due to an injury to Smith, so he's going to get a run for a few games, as Smith's going to be out for the next 4 to 5 weeks with a knee injury. Chiriak, Aktrashek and the score join him in defence. Arnett, Patino, Giovannini and Foy make up the diamond in behind Ross and Dilly. Dilly still yet to hit a good run of form since we've joined the Premier League, but I am persistent with him. He's been training really well, he's developing well, and hopefully he will find his shooting boots eventually. If it can come in today's game, well, that would just be fantastic for us. We're playing our local rivals. They don't class as a derby in the game, but if Manchester City does count, I'm sure this one will count as well. And we're going to hope playing against a local team will give us that little bit more of a boost to go out and get that good result. And like we say, we've got the opportunity to climb to 11th in the Premier League, and that would be a very, very nice place for us to be at this stage of the season. We're getting an early highlight in the match. Barley on the right hand side, cutting inside, finding Chiriak, and he looks to go across to Arnott. We're slowly building. Patino getting the score to the left hand side, and now Foy plays it into Dilly. We asked for Dilly to find his shooting boots, but he's put this one wide. Really, really should have been burying that opportunity. I think that's a sign that it's a striker out of confidence at the moment. It was a really big opportunity for us to go ahead in this match very early on, really unsettle Manchester United, but they've got the opportunity now to come forward themselves. Barley with a great tackle, but it's fallen to Magnon on the right hand side. Unfortunately, he has hit the post, and so we could get the opportunity to counter attack. Ross now plays it back to Patino, but the highlight is ended. Well, we can count ourselves quite lucky there to remain level in this match. It was very, very close to crossing the line, but thankfully the inside of the post came to our rescue, and we remain deadlocked at the moment. Been a good performance so far. Managed to get to half time at 0-0, but we definitely need to improve our shooting in the second half, get some shots on target. Like we say, that Dilly opportunity, if only that had gone in, then this game could have been a completely different story, but we yet to have a shot on target in the match. Ross really isn't having the best of games so far, and I think it's time for us to make our first couple of changes in the match. Gerrard is going to come on in place of Ross, and I think we're going to see Stephen Whittle come on in place of Giovannini, hopefully play in that Mazzala role. He can do something a little different, and hopefully playing against Manchester United will just give him a little bit of that spurt of energy needed to put on a brilliant performance for us. But Manchester United are close to taking the lead. Thankfully, the shot is whistled wide of the post. But again, it's a sign of danger for us. We need to be more switched on defensively, and really, I think we need to make a couple more changes. Barley not having the best of game. Barnett can actually fill in at right back, so we're going to see a debut for Corrigan in that ball winning midfielder role. I think as well Angelo can come on for Dilly. Like we say, he missed a big opportunity earlier on the match. Angelo has been on better goal scoring form, so hopefully we can see him convert a goal this time. Interesting to see the score taking that corner with his right foot. He is our left-sided defender, and I'm pretty sure he is a left-footed player. But we see him cutting inside onto his right foot there, and he does get us a goal to put us 1-0 up against Manchester United. I've thought this guy was left-footed all the time he's been at the club, but we've seen him use his right foot to devastating effect there. He cuts inside, and a finish into the bottom corner. Nana got a hand to it, but wasn't able to keep it out. And we find ourselves 1-0 up at Old Trafford again, and could be on our way to another win against Manchester United. I think for the final 10 minutes we're going to bring on Catalones in place of Patino, but hopefully we're about to see the start of another highlight for us. Angelo now gets it into Foy. Can he turn and shoot from the edge of the area? He does, but Onana is equal to the shot, puts it behind for a corner. We're going to see the score with the opportunity to get another ball into the box, but the highlight ends at that point. But it could be another famous win. Onana is up already. It's only the 88th minute of the match, but we're seeing Onana at the edge of the box, and it's led to a goal. Onana hasn't scored, but Manchester United have got a late equaliser, and it really is a bit of a kick in the nuts, to be honest. We look like we've been playing very well. We've had lots of opportunities, especially in this second half, but it took a little deflection as well on the way through, and I think that's what ultimately took it past Bazunu. It's going to be 9 minutes of stoppage time. We're going to encourage the lads, see if we can get them forward one last time in the match, but this stoppage time has gone over very quickly. And ultimately we do extend our good run against Manchester United, coming away from Old Trafford with a draw. Again, many people would have expected us to get beaten quite heavily in that match, and it does lift us up to 12th place in the Premier League as well. Our good goal difference is responsible for taking us up the league, and hopefully we can keep ourselves up there. We're 11 points clear of the relegation zone now. Not quite mathematically clear, but you would like to think we are out of the relegation battle, at least for the time being, and we can play with that little bit of extra freedom without having that pressure on our backs. In the next match, we are going to see a rotated squad. We're playing Exeter from League One, but we do want to continue that FA Cup run. Like we say, without that extra little bit of pressure in the league, it is an opportunity for us to maybe put out our first team in a lot more of these FA Cup matches. So hopefully we can get through this one, get a good result, and see ourselves into the 5th round. Like we said, wholesale changes for the game. Only Arnott keeps his place. Unfortunately, the 2 new players are cup tied for the match, so we won't be seeing them make their starting debuts today. Suzuki is back in goal. Arnott, Zapletal, Furukawa and Roberts are the defenders, with Hall, Owen, Sawyer and Gerrard making up the diamond. Duran gets a rare start. We have actually put him on the transfer list as well, so a chance for him to get in the shop window. He has a release clause of £34 million, so if someone wants to come and trigger that, they're welcome to have him. Angelo also begins up top as well. We've got the big hitters on the bench just in case we need them. We've also got Barnabas Bartos on the bench as well, just giving him a little bit of first team exposure, and if we're doing well, you never know, he may come on in the match. But like we say, Exeter currently sitting 15th in League One, so it should be a match which we are winning comfortably, and hopefully we can see a big win today. We have the first opportunity for match. Sawyer getting the corner to the back post. Duran wins his header, but he's not able to get it on target. He has been booked early on as well, so he's treading a tightrope for the rest of the match. Hopefully he can stay on the pitch. We have seen a few of our forwards be sent off quite rashly this season, so hopefully he is not going to join that list. Gerrard has picked up a little bit of a knock as well, but hopefully he can see out the first half at least, if not the remainder of the match. Sawyer cracks one from distance, but unfortunately it rattles the crossbar and goes out for a goal kick for Exeter. We are back on the attack though. Roberts with the throw and gets it to Angelo. He drifts inside, finds Furukawa, and now Arnott on the right hand side. He has Sawyer in front of him, he finds him, and Sawyer with the opportunity now gets to the byline and floats a lovely ball across the goal mouth. No one gets a touch on it though, which is all it would have required to go into the back of the net, and we find ourselves still at 0-0 in this match. Lewis Hall wasting a free kick from distance there as well. So it's been another disappointing performance for us, and it's been a very, very good stroke of luck that we do have Bartos on the bench today. Suzuki has picked up an injury, and we do find ourselves in need of a keeper, so we're seeing the debut for Barnabas Bartos today. And yeah, I might have to consider having a keeper on the bench again. He's going to be called into action very early on. Exeter have a corner. Scott can't win his header, but they find someone at the edge of the box who has a shot that just whistles over the bar. Bartos not called into action immediately, but it would have been a bit of a tense moment for him, I'm sure. But he gets an early touch of the ball with that goal kick, but he does find himself under pressure again. It's another Exeter corner, and they've got the same strategy. It's a player from the edge of the box again with an effort. This time Roberts heading it away from the goal mouth, and Exeter still keeping up the pressure, and they've found themselves going 1-0 up in the match. Ben Cuisine with the effort from just inside the box, getting past Bartos into the top corner, and we find ourselves 1-0 down to the lower league opposition. It's definitely not the performance that we wanted in the match, and we really, really need to improve going into the second half. So this really is not good enough. We're going to throw the water bottle at half time, and we are going to make a couple of changes. Barley can come on in place of Arnott, who is tiring, and we're also going to bring on Owen Foy, and we'll bring on Lee Dilly as well in place of Duran. Lee Dilly can put himself as the advanced forward. Angelo can be the pressing forward, and we are also going to switch to an attacking mentality as well. So we're going all out to win it in the second half. Just need to get more shots on target. Hopefully Dilly can find the back of the net with one of them as well and get his confidence going up, and just need to see a lot more than what we are now. Haven't seen anything different since the second half started. Haven't seen anything at all up until this point. Barley now getting the ball up the pitch but not able to find a Stockport player. Roberts on the left hand side though. He gets the ball forward and Dilly has a bit of space in front of him. He drifts inside, keeps the ball, and his effort is saved by the keeper. It would have been a great solo goal from the young lad, but he unfortunately isn't able to find the finishing touch. Hall with the corner. Can he get a quality delivery into the box? He can't get it past the first man, and Exeter managed to clear the lines. Foy picking up the ball, but he is not able to do anything either. One last change in the match. Jordan Ross is going to come on in place of Angelo. We're going very attacking, and it would be a very, very embarrassing defeat if we do go out at this stage too with this team. Jack Roberts now on the left hand side. He swings a ball into the box. Dilly gets his head to it, but it's just over the bar, and we still can't find the target. Only 2 shots on target in the match so far. I'm guilty of wasting so many chances in the match. We're going to offer one shout of encourage, just hopefully to get the players over the line and allow them to get that equaliser. If we can do it sooner rather than later, maybe momentum can take us to get that win. But it really hasn't been a good performance from us. A poor cross from Barley there straight into the arms of the keeper as well. And we're just wasting chance after chance. We're coming forward again. Owens now in the middle, gets it to Ross, and now Dilly. Can he finally get us a goal? He misses again. And oh God, we're going out to League One opposition. Oh no. Oh no. Cup run over for another season, and it's a absolutely terrible performance. We're going to throw another water ball, and yeah, the players will probably be a bit annoyed at it, but my God, what an awful performance they've just put in that match. We get knocked out with the FA Cup. It was an opportunity for us this year. Maybe we've had a couple of games against the lower league opposition to kick off the FA Cup, and this one we've just been guilty of wasting so many chances. And it's a really disappointing result to take. Suzuki broke his collarbone in that match, so he's going to be out for 5 weeks. But realistically, he's not going to be getting much football now that we are out of the FA Cup. We're going to criticise Dilly's form as well. Going to give him a little bit of a attempt to turn his confidence around, saying that he will find the back of the net eventually, but he best start doing it soon. Guilty of missing a few chances in the last couple of matches, which really could have changed the outcome of those games. So yeah, we definitely need him to find his shooting boots sooner rather than later. I think next time round we're going to come back for those games against Everton and Spurs. Everton obviously deducted 9 points earlier this season, do find themselves in a little bit of trouble at the bottom of the league, so they'll be desperately searching for points, and Spurs as well looking to get points on the board in their push for European football. So it will be 2 interesting games that we have on our hands. Hopefully at that point as well we'll maybe have had a run where we pick up a little bit of momentum before that tough run of games which we always seem to have. Like we say, games against Everton and Spurs coming up next time around. Hopefully you'll join us for that one. As always, if you have enjoyed that, please do remember to like it and comment down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel for regular updates. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.